know your place and obey your destiny. The new Generation 11 midfielder Hugo has already solidified himself as a fan favorite within the community, and today we get to see even more of this beast in action. The Blue Lock Chapter 338 leaks are finally here, and with the title Double Joker, a lot of fans including myself are expecting Shido Ryuze and Bado Shoei to sub onto the pitch. Others believe it could be a backstory, or at least a glimpse into Hugo's past and the reasoning behind his mentality, so make sure you lock in your predictions in the comments before we get into it. As usual, make sure to subscribe to the channel and join my community Discord if you enjoy the content, and without further ado, please enjoy. First and foremost, the intro text for today's chapter says, Hugo speaks on the true essence of number 2. With this, he is sending the meaning of this view/ego to his enemy. Page 1 of today's leaks begin with a close-up of Isagi looking terrified, as Hugo is also shown next to him with a serious expression. Hugo tells Isagi Yoichi to listen closely, as he is about to tell him all about his ego as second best. We also see Julian and Loki passing the ball away while holding back Hitoshi Rin at the bottom of the page, so I guess bro's just ducking the 1v1s for real now. It keeps saying matchup, but I'm just not seeing it. With Loki's pass meeting its target and France's other new Generation 11 member Hugo, he leaps to the air to trap it while clarifying something about being number 2. While Isagi may be viewing them as just people who could not live up to becoming number 1, Hugo actually corrects him and says that that viewpoint is completely wrong. Hugo goes on to say that the problem with Isagi is actually ego Jinpachi, as he says verbatim, "You guys are just conditioned to believe that you have to be number 1, but you're just being brainwashed by that bowl cut 4 eyes." Damn. Isagi, of course, upset about his father being disrespected, snaps back and tells Hugo to stop yapping about with his twisted personal theories, because he does not want to hear them. My boy is not going to be gaslit any longer by this guy. Hugo, however, continues on while pushing off from him and asks one more question. Does Isagi ever feel like the way he uses his talent is a complete waste? Because to Hugo, personally, he's felt that way ever since he can remember. An interesting thing to note visually on this page here is that Isagi has a flashback to Bado from one of the very first selections, when he basically told Isagi he's not cut out to be a striker, along with Yukimiya and Hiori from the NEL. This seems to just be him relating to what Hugo is saying to things he's already heard from other players, but come on now man, you already know that the big Bado respects you these days. It's pretty much the same with Hiori and Yukimiya, as they both fully respect Isagi as their striker and ace now. Page 5 then shows us a flashback to Hugo's past when he was just the cutest little nonchalant goat ever. He says that his entire life, he's wondered why everyone around him always wants to aim for things they can't do without properly knowing themselves. People who live their lives craving things which are out of their reach, those people make Hugo itch, he says. As we then cut back to an older Hugo with gears being shown all around him, he says that when he sees people who are out of sync with mismatched talent and ego, he feels a natural urge to fix them in their correct mechanism. He claims that he was just born with that kind of sensitivity, and it's just something he cannot help. Bro might have a touch of autism just like me, I can't lie. With Hugo then threading a pass between Isagi's legs and up to Charles Chevalier, who is pulling his leg back, he continues on to say that that's why he says the things he does. If you do it like this, you can beat that guy, or be more popular, or more loved, or improve faster. Isagi looks absolutely disgusted by this, and calls Hugo a self-centered meddling nuisance, which Hugo does not deny. As Charles sends a cross back towards the two, Hugo says that it's just his natural urges within, so he does not care if he's hated for it. One thing that he does clarify though is that what he does is neither charity nor spreading malice to others. In his eyes, it's just that with his ideas and people's suitability aligning, a new world will be born and begin to turn. I mean, this man is moving like prime Aizen. With pages 8 and 9 being a double spread, Hugo once again fakes Isagi out by chest trapping Charles' pass and continuing on his yap session. Hugo believes that fate changes for people by simply meeting him, and crafting someone to their ideals is irresistibly interesting to him. With Isagi thinking back on how he tried to pretty much do the same thing in the Nigeria match and indoctrinate Onazi into the Blue Lock ideology, he says that Hugo is quite similar to him. As Hugo then once again lunges forward with the ball while holding Isagi back, he says that as for the joy in his life, he wants to know the meaning of why exactly he was born into this world. Me too, man. Me too. He clarifies that he never once thought about being a striker in his life, as his talent is better suited to change others and help the world turn. As he says this, we can see Reo, Aiku, and Karasu all reacting to him shifting up the field. As Hugo sprints towards Japan's goal box, we also see both Charles and Julian Loki right in front of him, as Karasu and Hitoshi Rin attempt to mark them. Hugo then goes on to say that as second best and as a midfielder, he wants more than anything to win the World Cup, as he then asks another question. Do you know, Yoichi, the record for the most World Cup titles in human history? Now forget about Isagi, I want you guys to go to the comments right now and tell me, do you have ball knowledge and do you know who he's referring to? Because I do. This record is held only by the king of soccer, Pele, with 3 total World Cup titles. As Loki runs alongside Karasu and calls for a pass, we also see Charles break behind Oliver Aiku while doing the same. However, Hugo is our main focus here. He activates his own visual prowess, which could be his own unique metavision, as it's a literal gear or cog turning in his eyes as he continues on to make the craziest declaration. If Pele has 3, He wants 4 World Cup titles for himself. As Hugo says this and pulls back his leg, we finally see his aura fully manifest as bro is quite actually more of a robot than Noel Noah. And yes, I'm serious. Gears and cogs are flying all around him, and we even see beneath his skin what looks to be a metal endoskeleton. Can we now confidently say that Hugo did the bite of 87, or am I pushing it here? I'm telling you, bro is trying to spring lock Isagi. Pages 14 and 15 are actually a double spread of Hugo taking the shot rather than passing as Gagamato tries to react. With a shot straight down the middle, Karasu and Loki are both looking a bit confused as Hugo goes on to say that he wants to become a legend of humanity. Pages 16 and 17 then show Hugo's shot piercing the back net as gears fly out from all around it and the French crowd roars in excitement. With the score now 2-1 in France's favor, all Isagi can do is stare in amazement at how massive Hugo's ego is, saying that this goes far beyond numbers 1 and 2. I would like to say his expression and reaction remind me a lot of when he first saw Michael Kaiser in action, so I'm not gonna lie, Hugo stocks are not through the roof. But at the 100th story of a skyscraper right now, who's Toshisai? I've never heard of him. As Hugo once again holds up the number 2 at Isagi while smirking a bit, he asks once again, even with all of this in mind, does Isagi still hate being the second best? Our main character, however, is not doing okay right now, as he just stands there looking defeated, and this is what our boy says, and I truly hate to hear it. His dream is bigger, he's smarter, and he's even more egotistical than me. Things are not looking good for Isagi Yoichi, but with it now being halftime, you know exactly what's coming up. U20 World Cup, 3rd match, Japan vs France. First half ends. With Ego Jinpachi being shown on the bench telling 2 players to ready themselves, it's none other than Baro Shoei and Shido Ryuze who will be joining the pitch. I mean, I could not be more hyped for this second half. As Baro takes on a serious expression and Shido just looks wickedly happy, the outro text says, "The Brat and the Demon will now perform together on the pitch." I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty crazy to change Baro's nickname from the King to the Brat. I mean, bro worked hard in the new Egoist League, and I don't even like him. With that ending out today's leagues, I just have to confidently say that was my favorite chapter so far in the entire U20 World Cup. In an odd way, I feel like I relate to a lot of what Hugo is saying in terms of finding meaning in life and having a natural instinct to want to change yourself and others based on aptitude. But as for Suitable Destiny as a whole, we are not falling for that propaganda. I mean, Hugo has literally shown that he could perfectly well play as a striker, possibly even better as one. So who is he to tell anyone else what they must do based on aptitude? Now what I care most about, of course, is Shido and Baro joining the pitch, because all this means is we get to see what their individual training was and how it paid off. Drop your predictions right now. Who will score? Shoei Baro, Shido Ryuze, or maybe both? Why did I low-key sound like a seal there? Anyways, the chapter title of 339 is also said to be Desperate Adversary, so I assume this just refers to how Isagi and Ego are currently viewing their opponent France. Or maybe it's how France will be viewing Japan when these 2 goats enter the field. No matter the case, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed and drop your predictions below. And also comment below if you think Julian Loki's on fraud watch, because I mean, he is ducking these 1v1s with Reen, he hasn't scored yet, and here their midfielder is saying he's not even a striker, doing his job for him. I hope you all have an amazing day. I'll see you in the next video, and I'm so sorry about the infrequent uploads. I just had a major health scare that I needed to go get checked out, and I'm still not really through that, and I don't know what's wrong, so I'm just taking it easy and hoping for the best.